than just a lot of my friends. But
Frank Siller lost his younger brother in the South Tower 10 years ago. Ironically, Stephen Siller was part of an elite fire brigade trained to handle terrorist attacks, but no one could have predicted the one that hit Manhattan on that unfortunate day.
Stephen was just finished his night shift, and he was on his way home to play golf with myself and my two other brothers. And he heard on his scanner that the Twin Towers was hit by a plane. So in order for him to get there, he took his gear and drove to a tunnel called the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. It's a tunnel that connects Brooklyn to downtown Manhattan, close to where the Twin Towers were. And it was closed for security reasons. So he strapped 75 pounds of gear on his back and ran through the tunnel to the towers, where he died saving other people.
3 months later, Frank and his older brothers started the Tunnel to Towers Foundation to help the community, particularly the military men and women of the country.
We started this foundation in his honor, and since then we've been able to raise a lot of money and do a lot of good work in his name. We help out a lot of children. We have the Tunnel to Towers run that we do every year in his honor. And we're going to have maybe 50,000 people running there this year in Manhattan, retracing his final heroic footsteps.
As fireman Stephen Siller was running into the buildings that once stood here, thousands were running out, most of them not making it. One that did was Chris Hardedge.
Okay, again, those of you on the tribute tour, my name is Chris. We'll be taking about an hour and 20 minutes going around the site, talking at various stops.
Chris Hardedge now gives back by giving tours of the site where he too nearly lost his life.
This wall behind me is dedicated to 343 firefighters that are no longer with us.
Just like Stephen Siller, Chris was a victim of the attacks that day. A senior transportation analyst with the New York State Department of Transportation, he was sitting at his desk on the 82nd floor of the very first tower to be hit, World Trade Center Tower Number 1.
You know, I'm thinking that something huge may come in the window and take me out. So what I did is I hit the deck just to crawl away from the window.
17 minutes later, the South Tower was hit.
Now, if you thought it was an accident, like I thought initially, there was no doubt in anyone's mind. It's just two towers don't get hit on a beautiful, gorgeous day, which that day was.
For Chris, sharing his story with the hundreds of people that have been taking this tour is healing.
Everyone comes down here, you walk around the site, you really don't know what you're looking at. And you really don't get a sense of what it was like unless you're speaking with someone that was down here. And this is the least I can do, is come down here and give that first-hand account. Otherwise, it'd be like a sin not to, share with others.
And many would agree. For Frank Siller, part of his healing is not only remembering the events 10 years on, but learning from them.
It's a very emotional time still. You learn to live with it. That's what you learn after 10 years. You learn to live with it. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget what happened. I don't want to forget one thing about my brother. I want to remember him every day. He inspires his siblings to become better people. He inspires his wife, his children, to make sure we do good in this world, to try to turn around this evil act, this very evil act, and to do something good.
Natalie Carney for CCTV at Ground Zero in New York.